Breaking tonight, President Trump just seconds away from joining me for a live interview. Plus, the Democrats' FISA rebuttal memo is released. But is it a blockbuster or a dud? Hello and welcome to Justice. I'm Jeanine Pirro. Thanks for being with us, and thanks again for making Justice #1 in prime time last Saturday. And joining me now by phone, the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening.
Well, first of all, let me say that we are delighted to have you on Justice tonight. And there is so much breaking news now. The Democrat memo just came out. And, of course, you called the memo a legal bust on Twitter today, and you called Adam Schiff a phony. So what do you take exception to in the memo?
Well, all you do is you see this Adam Schiff. He has a meeting and he leaves the meeting and he calls up reporters, and then all of a sudden they have news, and you're not supposed to do that. It's probably illegal to do it. You know, he'll have a committee meeting and he'll leak all sorts of information. You know, he's a bad guy. But it's certainly, the memo was a nothing. It confirmed, basically, if you look at it, it confirmed. I watched Miss Herge, who's fantastic, on your show just before. And I will tell you, that was really just a confirmation of, if you call it the Republican memo or the Nunes memo, it's referred to as a lot of things, but that was nothing but a confirmation. And a lot of bad things happened on the other side, not on this side, but on the other side.
And you know what's
somebody
interesting?
should look into it, because what they did is really fraudulent, and somebody should be looking into that. And by somebody, I'm talking about you-know-who.
I have a feeling I know who it is, Mr. President. Look, one of the things that I thought was interesting is here we've got the Democrat memo, and thank you for complimenting Catherine Herridge. She's right next to me. She'll be on in a moment. We love Catherine Herridge. But for
she's able to really take, you know, Jeanine, she's able to take a very complex document and very systematically, you know, essentially say the truth.
Well, she drills it down.
That document was really, it really verifies, and a lot of bad things in that document. That document really verifies the Nunes memo. And that's why they didn't push hard to have it. If you notice, they did not push it hard because they understood this was going to happen. And just in looking around and seeing reports, a lot of people are saying that. That's a very bad document for their side.
Well, in addition to that, Mr. President, you know, after 18 months, not any kind of reference to any collusion. But I have to tell you that Adam Schiff just tweeted.
And by the way, that is true, Jeanine. You have all these committees. Everybody's looking. There is no collusion. No phone calls. I had no phone calls. No meetings. No nothing. There is no collusion. I say it all the time. Anybody that asks, there's no collusion. I was, you know, I don't want to sound braggadocious. I was a far better candidate. She was not a good candidate. She went to the wrong states. She didn't go to Michigan enough. She didn't go to Wisconsin at all. She didn't do a good job in North Carolina. She did a poor job in Ohio and a poor job in Pennsylvania. And you could also add Florida into the mix. And, you know, frankly, that's what it was all about. There was nothing to do with Russians.
Well, clearly, I mean, I think all the evidence points to that. But Adam Schiff has just seconds ago tweeted, wait a minute, Mr. President, am I a phony or sleazy, a monster or little? Surely you know the key to a good playground nickname is consistency. I thought you were supposed to be good at this. I guess you got him in the gut there. What do you say to that, Mr. President?
Well, I say sort of all of those. But look, he was just, we need intelligence that brings our nation together. And a lot of people are tearing our nation apart on this and other subjects. They're tearing our nation apart. And I have to tell you, every time the folks over in Moscow, the Russians, as he likes to call them, every time they watch, every time they see him and others get on and do what they did, he got scammed by somebody pretending to be a Russian. And your Senator Warner got scammed also. Now, it's okay for them to be dealing, but if we have any kind of a contact with anybody, even though it has nothing to do with anything important, it's a big deal. But if you look at Senator Warner, he got scammed. And if you look at Adam Schiff last week, 2 weeks ago, he got scammed by somebody that was fine that he spoke to this person, thought he was a Russian, but it didn't work out that way. He wasn't a Russian. So we have to bring the country together, Jeanine, and what's happening is this and other things are ripping it apart, and it's been this way for a long time. This isn't just over the last year when I've been here. It was terrible during the Obama administration, and by the way, I have to say, Obama was the president during all of this meddling, or whatever you want to call it, with Russians and others possibly. But Obama was the president. He's the one that was supposed to take care of this. And he didn't. Nobody brings that up. He was warned, and he didn't, which makes it even worse. But he was the president during this period of time, during the entire period of time, and he did nothing about it. So somebody should bring it. Now, I have to say, a lot of the fair people and people, frankly, that love my administration, they bring it up all the time. But Obama was the president. He did nothing about it. With all of that being said, we have to come together as a nation, and we have to get it done. A lot of great things are happening. Our economy is incredible.